Okay, it's time for an update on the Challenger project. Just a quick recap here. The car showed up in early December, and it was on the trailer. All the suspension was broken. Just put it on there with a forklift, so had to take out all the suspension pieces and straighten and weld them enough so that I could lot drive the car. All the wheels were broken. Got a set of wheels so that the car would move. After that, decided to get the engine to the point where it could sit there and idle. Fixed the radiator was cracked on this side. Took the can off, plastic welded it back together, put the whole thing back together. Now it'll sit and idle. When I did that, I discovered that the check engine light was on, and that was because the inlet air temperature sensor was broken, apparently thrown about in the crash. And also the sensor here, the ambient air temperature sensor pigtail, was missing. This is from my parts car. So now it'll sit and idle, no check engine light. Also, while we were exploring, figured out that the passenger door actually does open, which is a miracle because this is pushed in a solid 1.5 inches from where it's supposed to be. Also, there's some significant structural damage here. This part should be nice and straight. There's going to be quite a bit of work to get that all fixed. Oh, forgot to mention too that the brakes weren't working, so I plugged the brake line on this side and we're lot driving it on 3 pads. 3 corners. Most recently, acquired some I took the rear suspension parts that were broken off of on this car and patched together, rebent or whatever. That would be this lower control arm, this central control arm, and this front control arm here. All 3 of those were damaged, and took them off the parts car, cleaned them up, put them on this car. So now I haven't put it on the ground yet, but the rear wheels do appear to be straight. The next project, well, really the next project should be going after the big mess on the left front corner, but until I get rid of the parts car, I want to keep this mobile, so I'm going after smaller things. Most recently, I've straightened out this, was jutted way out, so got that all bent back into shape. I've got this all bent back into shape, so now I believe this wheel well contour is relatively close to where it was from the factory. We may still have a little bit in here because I don't think this is supposed to stick in this much, but I'm just gonna wait till I put the bumper cover back on to find out. I also discovered my backup sensor module the pigtail got torn off. I got another one of those on the way. And similarly on this side, I've started the same process. That's been straightened. This, you can see, is still way bowed. This should be flat. And there's a little section here, and then it should go flat back. So this has to come out. This was in over 1.5 inches. I also have some damage up here that I have to work on. So the next steps will be to finish pushing that out all the way. The little windows that I cut so that I could get in there and push I'll leave those for a while until I'm all done with this. I've ordered the replacements so that I can attach the bumper cover and like I said, the pigtail, so I'll be able to put this all back on, and then hopefully we'll have the back end to the point where it's as good as it's going to get for the near term. I will come back and fix these sometime when I take the back out. I'll take the inners out so I can push on this stuff from the inside. That's it for now. I've got to get rid of my parts car, and then I'm going to, which is a charger from my other project, and then I'm going to get into this real heavy. I'm about 75% certain that I'm going to have to take out the whole drivetrain and remove this left front frame rail so I can get access to the firewall and straighten all of that stuff out. I'm still formulating strategy. Anyway, that's where it is for now. There is some progress. Still got a ways to go.